We should make it like when they went down with the roller, they didn't put this one seat together. You can see.
Randy, I thought that was a Heineken.
I gotta go.
Not yet. Okay. That was the nice thing on Zoom. You know what I mean?
Can I make a motion that have a minute order here?
Yes, she can. That's what you
That's right. You can't remember.
Did you go down the street the other day at work? One day that was so sad. I know, I'll party. Okay, because my daughter was
Like we know what's going on around. And they're doing that. I don't know. Right.
Okay, she said, no, she's long gone.
Get it.
They're driving, she said,
I'd like to bring the meeting to order. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Stacy, could you do roll call, please?
Mr. Hart?
Here.
Mr. Boyd? Howard? Sorry. Mr. Bauer? Ms. Busher? Ms. Hassler? Here. Mr. Stoffer?
Here.
Mr. Wetzel? Mr. White? Here. And Mr. Miller?
Thank you. So before we get to the approval of minutes, I want to introduce Christopher Muddy with Masano Bradley. He is our new solicitor, so if you could just start over there and introduce yourself, Kathy.
I'm Kathy Hassler. I'm from Redwood.
I knew you.
You know me, right?
Cash it off. Mike Watson.
And I believe you know.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So we're happy to have you here.
Yeah, thank you for appointing the firm, and I look forward to getting to know everybody.
Thank you. All right, moving on. So we have the approval of minutes for March 9th, 2026. Everybody have their copy of the minutes? Anybody have any questions or any revisions on the minutes?
I have a revision.
Okay.
On the first page, under acknowledgement of Frank Yost. He was a former council member and local, I think that should be volunteer fire police officer.
Volunteer, not voluntary.
And on the second page, towards the bottom, the second paragraph of the committee reports. Mr. Bauer thanked the manager and mayor for getting vehicles to be moved, or, I don't know, I think you can do it either way, either to be moved in there or removed to be vehicles moved off of. See, that's where windows is coming in. Yeah. So it's up to you what you want to do with it. I don't.
They're your minutes, Chairman, you choose.
How would you like it to read?
Moved.
That's how I read it, you know, it's.
Understood?
I'm done. That's all.
To be moved from the snow emergency routes.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
To be moved from, yes. That's.
Okay. Perfect.
I'm done.
Anyone else have anything or any questions? All right, then I would motion to accept the minutes with those two revisions.
Make that motion.
Second. All right, all those in favor? Anyone opposed? All right, very good. Thank you. All right, Stacy, communications.
The borough was approached by a potential buyer of 150 State Street, which is actually a property parcel that is located within the borough of Topton, even though it has a State Street address. The potential buyer then became a person with standing because now they have an agreement to purchase 150 State Street as well as other parcels from a similar owner. The potential buyer wanted to have a written communication from the borough to give him confidence that the value of the property as it is being used now, which is commercial, will continue once he and his firm purchase the property. So he was seeking communication stating that the commercial use of a garage, whole building garage, will remain acceptable and in agreement of being used that way in the R1 zoning district. So that's where it all starts. Council's been provided with some background history and information that I've gathered.
I mean, it currently is.
It's a pre-existing non-conforming use. I know Stacy did a lot of legwork to try to track down the history of this.
Yeah.
From everything that I can tell, and Stacy can tell, it's been this way for a number of years. I think it's a pre-existing non-conforming use. What the purchaser of the property is asking for is closer to a determination letter to give them confidence that when they purchase the property, they're not going to get a surprise from the borough telling them, oh no, you can't use it this way. So they're just doing some due diligence.
I did drive back to see, because I do not remember this property. I don't remember anything being built back there. So I did drive back. I had to figure out how to get there. It's through the trailer park.
You didn't have to cross the railroad tracks.
No, I did not have to go across those railroad tracks. I could stay over here, but I did have to go on White Street.
Okay.
And you go through the trailer
Yeah.
park to get back there. Is that a permanent right of way for that property back there? To get to that 150 State Street? Do they have that right of way forever, or?
Currently, the owner of the Woodland Trailer Park is the owner of this residentially rented and commercial garage building parcel. So it's owned by the same, and it used to be owned by the same owners over time.
When and if they sell that to another party, there's going to have to be some type of access easement.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You know, that's, I know that doesn't have anything to do with the borough, but.
Yeah, because the trailer park is in Long Swamp Township.
Yeah, it's like that could be an issue for them moving forward.
Yeah, they'll have to negotiate that and look, that's the only access to the property. They have an easement by right.
They've been using it for all these
Yeah,
years.
it's an easement by necessity, but they'll memorialize it as part of the transaction.
Okay, so yet they could actually come back to the borough and ask for something from 10th Street to go back. But that would be, is that for a long swamp back there?
Well, Penn Street is the cul-de-sac.
Yeah, but
Smith is where
they could ask for
trailer park
something off of
is.
there.
Yeah.
Smith or Penn or
Yeah. I mean, I think we can give this to them, you know, their zoning determination, because as you said, you know, it's been that way forever. I mean, they're gonna have to have an easement once it's, and this is the way it's always been, because the people that, you know, used to own the trailer park and that parcel and the house next to it and the part that the bus is on, you know, that, they owned all of that, you know. And then the bus company was then broken apart, and that was over here, and then this is all one thing. And yes, the trailer park and stuff is in half Long Swamp and half Topton. Some of them are on Borough Water, I believe, and some are well. I mean, there's some stuff that, you know, it's one of those areas. So I think that we can, it's been used as commercial, it should stay as commercial, and I think we can honor that. Is that a motion? Do we need to make a motion on that? All right. Can I get a motion that we actually honor that, and we can have Stacy write up a zoning determination?
I'll make the motion. I'll second the motion.
Does anybody have any questions on that? Anybody?
I would have one more suggestion, because of the style of use. Is there any way to also write in that zoning determination letter that the current, there's no noise, it's rented, it's two
Yeah.
bays that are rented.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
no noise, there's nothing, because it is in an R1 zoning district. It's just one parcel that's not one part of a parcel. Can you put little restrictions to the use that you can
Well,
only
it's,
use it
it's,
as?
it's that building that is
Right.
used as commercial. So I think and I'm happy to take a look at whatever you draft,
Okay.
but, the whole property just is not commercial use. That building that's being used as
Okay.
commercial can be utilized as commercial use. But other structures on the property that are not being utilized in a commercial capacity don't.
Understood. Thank you.
Anybody have any other questions? All right, all those in favor? Anyone opposed? All right, good, thank you. All right, Mayor Miller, what do you have for us?
Last week I was invited and attended Kutztown Rotary Club had their 100th anniversary dinner. It was quite impressive there. They went through a bunch of the things that they do for the, not only the Kutztown community, but also Fleetwood and Topton area. And I met quite a bunch of the members are actually residents of Topton, so it was pretty neat. And 100 years is impressive, so wish them luck in the future with that. And also, T-Cops pulled off another great Easter egg hunt. The weather cooperated. So well attended, even the bunny made an appearance again. So well done, T-Cops. That's all I have.
All right, very good, thank you. All right, any of the visitors have anything they want to discuss regarding the agenda items? All right. I'm gonna
Did I
move
see
on.
an agenda actually? Sorry.
Oh.
Emailed it. Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, no, that's okay.
Yeah, actually, I wanted to maybe discuss the amendments to water and sewer bill resolution 6/2025, discussion and approve resolution.
Okay, that's under the Utilities and Events Committee, then, yes.
Correct.
Okay,
Well, I just learned about this recently, and I'm not really sure what initiated this resolution or amendment to the current ordinance. So is there a little background history on that?
Yeah, I can take that. Okay, so, it's basically some rewording of some of the, different, sections. One main thing is that we are looking to any, properties that are landlord tenant things, is putting the water bill into the owner's name as opposed to the residents or the, tenants. We also had to do some rewording for some of the payment stuff because, it's gonna be discussed, I believe, somewhere soon regarding, our cash policy. We had to make some changes to the payments, to reflect the changes in the cash policy.
which means no pennies,
Yeah, no.
because there's pennies you run away, so,
We
yeah.
had to make the changes in the cash policy.
Essentially, I'm here because I'm one of the owners of a 12-unit complex in the Topton Borough. 2 of those units are zoned commercial, and all of the units are sub-metered. So I'm curious if this wording change in the amendment that you're proposing tonight considers, I guess, rental units that are sub-metered, and whether this is going to impact everybody under the whole, like, umbrella wide, or, did you consider the sub-metered portion or even commercial, properties?
So sub-meters, you mean there's a one-to-one correspondence with every rental unit, or there's a one to let's
Yeah,
say you're
so-
10 meters, or 10 units.
So my building is mixed use and fully sub-metered. Each tenant, residential and commercial, is billed based on actual measured usage. That is the most precise and transparent system available. Under Pennsylvania law, the borough already has strong protection through the municipal lien process. Even when accounts are in tenants' names, unpaid balances can ultimately attach to the property. So the borough is not at risk under the current structure. It already has a secured backstop. What the current system adds is the first layer of accountability at the tenant level. Removing that layer doesn't increase protection, it reduces it. Not to mention, if you're taking the water away, like the metered water bill away from the tenant and they have no visibility to it, it's been shown to increase water usage because there's no direct accountability between the tenant and water usage and billing. The proposal doesn't distinguish between the residential and commercial units or between sub-metered and non-sub-metered properties. And if it does, I apologize because I'm not that familiar with the amendment. Those are material different situations. A one-size-fits-all policy risks creating inequities and new disputes, particularly where precise usage data already exists. If the goal is administrative efficiency, I would encourage the council to consider a more tailored approach, one that preserves tenant billing where accurate sub-metering is already in place. Thank you.
Chris, what are your thoughts on that?
So your concern is that, primary concern is that currently the bills are going directly to your tenants? Is that what's currently happening?
That is the current situation, correct?
All right, and you're concerned that this amendment to the ordinance is going to mandate that you, as the owner of the property, pay all of the bills. That's your primary concern?
Yes, and it would put the financial and administrative burden on us, which would also increase the housing costs. And it would put the costs back onto the tenants.
I don't think it's an ordinance.
It's a resolution.
So this is not an ordinance, this is a resolution of a policy of how people should pay, should have payment plans. What's the definition of what costs are it's a policy for water and sewer utilities offered to the residents of Topton. Prior ordinances, however, have defined what commercial is, what residential is, what industrial is. When it's not owner occupied, it's considered commercial. That's a residential unit that has to be commercial in our definition that's contained in one of our ordinances. Our previous meeting, which we just approved the minutes and the video is available on YouTube for free. It does explain the purpose of changing our current billing system, which is about old software, to our new billing software. We're changing payroll, accounting, and billing software. The fact that we still read meters made us need to change softwares for billing because we have multiple kinds of meters, and we have gentlemen who walk the entire town and read every single meter.
Nobody comes to read the meters at our building.
Well, some are electronically from the street, some you have to go to very close to the meter, not inside a building anymore. So our current software allowed us to be able to have one account per address, per unit. Our current software will not allow us to do that. It will not enable us. So every time a unit or a house, if a house is sold 5 times during a year, there'll be 5 accounts in the first year. Count numbers. So we'll have to track the history of 5 accounts and change. It automatically will change when you change a unit's resident. So our software will have 5 accounts for one rental unit. If that that lease changes in 5 years. So it's an administrative nightmare then for us, because rental units in Topton tend to change over more often than a house in Topton, etc. And it has always been in our ordinance that it's ultimately the owner of the property's responsibility to pay the water and sewer invoice. Whether that's passed along to the tenant or not, that is up to the owner.
Okay, so when my father and grandfather purchased the building and worked with the borough to put those meters into the building, so that means, so every time I get billed on the quarter, I'm gonna get 12 different bills, 13 bills, and pay the usage fees, and it's all gonna be, and so then how is that gonna be zoned? And what about the commercial unit that's there? There's a business. Typically, businesses have their own utilities, or expected to have their own.
So I believe you have a mop room or something, a utility room that has water.
We have a salon in the front of the building. That is specifically what I'm talking about.
Okay. So we'll make sure before it goes live with our software to make sure that all of the use definitions, this isn't zoning, this is use definitions for our water and sewer use. We'll make sure that all of that is correct. And if there are any mistakes, we'll correct those.
I don't this isn't alleviating my concern. My concern is that you're putting all of those 13 water bills back into our names. And so now the tenants, because the Pennsylvania law allows landlords to state who pays the utilities. And so you're gonna take away that level of transparency, and we could potentially incur higher water usage. And the borough's not concerned about this?
I mean, ma'am, ultimately, the bill is your responsibility. If your tenant doesn't pay the bill, it's your property that counts into bleeding. I think you were correct in that.
Yeah.
But you as the landlord, when you're structuring your leases with your tenants, you can push those expenses, all expenses of water usage onto your tenants by way of a lease agreement that says that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't, as I'm sitting here now, I don't see how you could be out of pocket. If anything, you are ensuring that your bills are getting paid and you're protecting your property from getting lien.
And it's passing
If a tenant doesn't pay that bill.
It's passing the administrative burden onto the property owner.
No,
what it's
the
doing.
bills will come to you, if I'm understanding that correctly, as the property owner. Therefore, you ensure that they get paid, so your property doesn't get liened, and then you pass that cost on to the tenant.
But the current system already works, where the borough, if it doesn't get paid, the borough notifies the property owner. I mean, and then it's up to the property owner to take care of it. So now you're putting the administrative burden back onto the landowner because you decided to purchase some new software that makes it inconvenient to have more than one account per property, and the property is actually 2 addresses. So how is that going to be managed? You know, I mean.
Well, I mean, just, I completely understand what you're saying. I mean, I really do, but I mean, you said that a system that already works. That system might already work for you, but there are a ton of other people in this borough that it may not work for, and it may not work for us because of that. So we can't just say one unit and then one thing is gonna work this way and one is gonna work the other way. However, because I understand what you're saying, this is what I'm gonna suggest. I'm gonna suggest that we remove this from the agenda tonight and we look into this a little bit more, and kind of figure out, there's gotta be a way that it will make it easier for us and protect the landlord and also protect the borough. So I think that instead of making these amendments and dealing with this, we should maybe look into that and just look a little further into it before we move forward. I mean, this is a property owner in town, and I think we should listen, and I think we should see what we can do.
Would that,
That's just my,
would that include polling other municipalities that do
Absolutely.
have water and sewer?
absolutely, we need to kind of see how other people are doing it, and before we jump on this, I think we should get a little more information. So,
Maybe potentially consider having different, like, for sub-metered properties versus non-sub-metered.
yeah. I mean, I deal with a lot of municipalities, so I have contacts and I can certainly, make those phone calls and, see what's going on. But like I said, I think before we jump on this, we should get a little more information and, then we'll make some decisions. Okay? Everybody okay with mine? No, we're just gonna remove it.
It'll be
Perfect.
tabled.
Okay, thank you. All right. So, solicitor, you're up.
All right. The only line item here is agreements that, with the Meadows and Howland House. I did get my hands on drafts of those agreements. I'm playing phone tag with the solicitors that are involved with drafting those agreements. So I hope to have a further update next month, but I'm working on it.
Perfect. All right, thank you. Stacy, you are up.
The manager's report for this month would contain information on some of the updates with our utilities. Mr. Fry will probably go in much greater detail, but at our water treatment plant, we finally replaced the media filter material, and with the help of various representatives, we really appreciate that. And hopefully, we won't have to do it for a very long time, at least for 10 years or so. So that was the major project that was accomplished last month. Before you is the updated final revision of the MOU between the boroughs of Kutztown and Topton. Kutztown was nice enough to extend the use of its pool by our residents as they've done in the last few years. So this will take out another agreement to 2028. So you've seen the draft, they have signed it, and that council's in agreement. We will go ahead and sign the MOU and send it back to Kutztown. We would still have to answer any process questions. We would still have the administrative responsibility of vetting the resident, making sure that the resident is definitely a resident of Topton, not a relative of a resident, and things like that. And then get that information over to Kutztown for everyone who wants to join our pool.
No rate change, that's good. That's
Exactly.
26, 27, 28, so, okay. All right, then can I get a motion on accepting? Wait, it is, all right. Second, all right. All those in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? All right, thank you.
Thank you. And the next item I have is the status for the newly advertised part-time position for community education and outreach coordinator. As council remembers, we have administrative assistant, and then we observed what our needs truly are in the borough at this time moving forward, and revised the position description and advertised it. So the status now is it's on Indeed, it's on our website. We've only received 2 resumes. So if council and your friends could get the word out that we do have a part-time position open.
Perfect.
Then the final item on my report is 546 Celia Avenue. Barry sits ECO and zoning said they would have a representative at the next hearing that the owners who are deceased should have received for the Brooks County Blighted Property Review Committee. So I believe Becky Rapido will be representing the borough's interests with all the information that has included what's transpired with the property, what citations they have, what the condition currently is for the property. So it's another step in the process.
Thank you. All right, committee reports. Looks like we have Mr. White up first, and Barry, I would love for you to walk up there and hold that up so we can all see that sign, because I think it's great. You've been talking about it for a couple meetings, and here it is.
They did a really good job on it.
Yeah, they did. It was really nice.
Thanks Scott for his help with it.
Yeah. Looks great.
Yes.
Perfect. Good job. Yeah. Definitely. Now we have to decide where we're going to put it, right?
It was fun.
Okay, good, good.
At the beginning of the walking trail,
Yeah.
about 30 feet in front of the rocks. Soon after you come in the parking lot.
Nice.
Scott went up there last week. I think that's the best place to put it. I know originally I wanted to put it over by Herman's, but I don't think it would get the viewing that we would if we had to deal with the state department and just from that to deal with the state.
I think it'll be easier and nicer to have a dedication ceremony over here as well, so, yeah.
And it's visible from my street there too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That'll be nice.
Yes.
And we figured out the date to do that. Talked to Scott, I said, we know individuals that have period red cars that he would have drove. Try to get one or two of those cars there.
Perfect. Great. Absolutely, yeah. Good stuff.
I don't know what date you want to do it. We had talked about when the celebration is 150th, but I think there's so much going on in town that I'd like to.
Sorry.
Before that, you're saying?
The weekend before that, like on Sunday the 24th in the afternoon.
Do you think that's enough time to get the word out, to get people to come and do that, or do you think we should wait till maybe?
You wanna do it, why not do it during the car show, since there's cars there?
Oh,
Think about that. We can do that.
that might be something, to do during the car show.
I think it would be nice since you have the cars there, there might be good attendance.
July 19th.
Yeah.
Don't look at me like that.
The course is well attended, parking could be
Yes.
an issue.
But it'll be well attended for something really good and nice. You know what I mean? Yeah, it'll be worth it, I think.
We'll never be talking to Paul
Okay.
and see about the cars. And then back with about some people in the game.
Perfect.
You know, license number. Everything else. Do we put the sign up and just cover it until then?
It won't stay covered in our parking.
Yeah.
Let's be realistic.
Yeah. Yeah.
I sat there all day.
Okay.
Environment, Stacy told me about a webinar that I signed into and attended and on MS4. It was very eye-opening. I think I just should cap some of the things that is on it. We don't want to clean it. That's all I have.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Mr. Stauffer, personnel.
Okay, back on March the 16th, Scott, Kathy, and myself met with the employees and the negotiator for the union, and I'd like to say at this point that we're 98% close to a final agreement. I think the employees are in agreement, and I think they were going to have a vote on it, but unfortunately it was an unfortunate accident with the negotiator, so that didn't happen. So at this point, I think we just put it on hold until the employees get a chance to meet with their negotiator and move forward, and then we'll take action after they take their.
I know it's a sensitive subject, but do we know when he's gonna be back? And
We don't know that.
okay, yeah,
Or
that's
I don't-
well. Listen, that's
Right.
yeah.
So, I'll talk to the employees and see if we can get an update on that, but I'm hopeful by the next meeting that this should be all straightened out.
Perfect. Good job.
Okay. The other item on the agenda, I hope everybody has received a copy of this. This was sent out concerning, basically violence in the workplace. There's going to be a training session held by Pennsylvania Rural Order, and I'm strongly urging our office staff to attend this session. You know what the world is like right now, there's a lot of problems going on all over the place. Any help that our employees can get in the office, and employees in the maintenance department as well. So I am recommending that our office staff attend this seminar, and what's going on, okay?
Absolutely, and I
I'm
think
making that motion.
yep.
So we have to close the office.
To close the office, yeah.
Now,
Yep.
the office will be closed on April the 22nd.
I'll second the motion.
Okay. Anybody have any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right, very good. Thank you, Cap.
Yep.
Mr. Wetzel, streets.
Favorite topics.
There you go.
All right, everybody, we're gonna start looking at doing the street overlay shortly, probably later this month. We will post notices or plan to start, but it will be on the west side of the borough. Put that on Facebook and the webpage, we actually get better dates.
Okay.
And our other favorite topic, our self-trail crossings. At this point in time, they plan to work on Hawes Street in May, Home Avenue, and Main Street in June, with the work on the crossings, so.
Yeah, what did they do now? Because they are horrible.
They drive a fire truck over, Mass Randy's.
Oh, they made a mess
Yeah.
on Home Avenue and
Yeah, they're worse than they've been in a long time, so they come in, I guess, Lakeview Rail, and that was their prep for doing it. They did not do us any favors, so thank God it isn't winter.
yes.
I hope they clean up their piles of
Mess, yeah.
like that's all.
That was like a quick 30 to get out the door project. I don't think they want to stay around too long.
No, I don't think so either.
Apparently, it's not just us, it's down.
Yeah, they're doing it everywhere.
Landing to Elvis.
Yep.
If we get any other updates, we'll make sure we post them online, so everybody can see what's going on.
All right. Very good, thank you. Kathy, Finance Committee, what do you got for us?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the list of bills and transfers as presented to council.
All right, anybody have any questions? All those in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Pay the bills.
And the cash payment policy is in the works, getting that now worded.
Yeah.
How do you deal with this penny issue?
I know, whoever thought?
I thought we'd have to worry about pennies like this, like, just don't save them. Don't save them, take them out, get it cashed in, because you're gonna be stuck with them. Depositories are starting to take them, so
Yeah.
use them. And that's it. Oh, I would like to talk maybe a little something about the park. Quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
As you all know, I kind of.
Do you really?
Yeah, I mosey around the park, and, you know, pick up stuff that I see. There were issues, like I suppose you probably all saw it on Facebook, where they posted the picture of the mess in the basketball court with the garbage. I did talk to some of the kiddos that were involved in that, and explained to them, we want them here. This is their park.
Yeah.
You know, we want you here. You know, we love listening to you and playing and everything, but you need to pick up after yourself too. Not fair to have other people pick up after yourself. Well, they're also trying to help, and some of the others that have been coming for a couple of years are trying to help to get other people to pick up after themselves. To no avail. It's still a mess some days. And the worst part is, they're blaming kids. You know, it's the teenagers. No, it's not just the
It's not
teenagers.
always, yeah.
It's the adults too.
Yeah.
They're in, and the pavilion is there for anybody to use, as long as it's not rented, that's what it's there for. The parents are bringing their children and having little picnics in the pavilion. Fine, great, they're using it, that's what it's there to be done. And letting the garbage lay on the table and walking away, and lighting cigarettes as they're walking away from the pavilion. The adults aren't even picking up after themselves. And the cigarette, that really, there's signs all over the place, and you don't want to smoke in kids' faces and stuff like that. How do you want me to do it? Just keep doing the way I'm doing it and talking to the kiddos when I see them? I mean, there's only so much.
I mean, I think that's twofold. I think, you know, number one, you're gonna have this, unfortunately.
You will.
But also, I don't want you doing anything that's gonna, you're gonna feel unsafe. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't, you know.
I mean, like that one, there was that post, where the one adult was recording kids.
Oh, yeah.
And she said she was gonna turn it into me. What am I supposed to do? You know, they're kids. People
I mean-
forget these are kids and out there, and if they drop the F-bomb, say something nice to them. Don't yell. Talk nice to them.
Yeah.
But no, I really don't feel unsafe with the kiddos. We also had another incident, which
Yeah,
I had talked to you about.
Yeah.
Was a young girl in the park. She is gone. I think she did go home.
Oh, okay, good.
Yes, I do believe she went home.
Yeah.
She was having issues getting back to her home, and was spending ungodly amounts of hours in the park, in the dugout.
Yeah.
So, you know, that she was taken care of. So just want me to keep doing what I'm doing, and if
I mean, as
see
long as you're
them,
okay with it, you know.
Actually, they're good to me. The kiddos are good to me. I mean, for the most part, the kiddos are too. They are, I mean,
Well, there you go.
they do, they really, they're protective of
Oh,
me.
good.
They really are.
Good.
So I'll just keep doing what I'm doing.
There you go.
And that's it, I'm done.
All right, thank you. Community relations and events. First of all, we all received this letter, I believe, this week and last week, so I would like Stacy, if a copy of this could be in with the minutes, just a copy of it. So
I'll need a copy because I did not receive one.
and then you can have mine. So, very nice letter from a resident, but also giving some suggestions. And I thought that was a good thing. Community report. Speaking of the park, I think Guy mentioned this last week. Last month it was very nice to see a lot of kids outside in the park. With warmer days happening sometimes, I believe there's a frost warning for tonight. There are a lot more people out in the park, and that's great, because that's what we want. You know, we want to see that. We want to see kids out doing things. Also, last week was the Friends of Brandywine. They sold over 800 tickets. It was sold out, and I think it's the second year that it's sold out. They do a lot for our community. They make sure that families have food over holidays, make sure kids have backpacks and jackets and gloves and everything for the winter. So we definitely want to do a shout out to them, because they do something really well. Music in the park, I think we talked about that last time. We have all that squared away. We have the 2026 list of borough events for approval. Did everybody get the list of events here? Stacy, I forget why some of these are highlighted. Can you enlighten me?
Okay, as council knows, Trinity Schoonover is our treasurer in the office. I'm the borough manager, and our administrative assistant, now a different position, is currently vacant. Therefore, if some of these events are to take place, we'll need help from the community, from council, from some source. If council wishes, it probably will not be on the same day as the electronic recycling, unless we have a volunteer to do the Tidy Up Topton event on the same day. So we can make that a different day. That's the decision of council. Same with National Night Out. We've reached out to the fire company representatives who are scheduled to plan it. From my understanding, I haven't heard back yet, so did not know if the council wanted someone to participate from the borough, because it'll probably happen close by, maybe the fire company. And then, does the council want the tree lighting, trunk or treat, for us to have a table at trunk or treat, the breakfast for first responders, or something else? So that was open for discussion, and any other events. These are probably the standard events that we've had over the past few years.
I think Tidy Up Topton should not be the same day, because you're talking about this month already, and
Yes.
having to get that, together.
If we do, like, the electronic recycling is every other year.
Yeah,
So if we do the electronic recycling this year, and then Tidy Up Topton next year,
could do that.
and then the electronic recycling, I mean, I don't know if
We
anybody.
do get credit, quote unquote, in our MS4 report as
For doing Tidy
every,
Up Topton.
yeah.
every year.
We do.
Yeah. So I think we can just maybe move it to a different date.
It's not so busy in a month
Correct.
that isn't next to a busy month.
Correct. I think we can move that out.
Does
Yeah.
council have any ideas
Can I-
of when they would like that? A back to school event. Let's tidy up the town before you go back to school,
That's an idea.
especially in the park if there's.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
no, we're not.
So we had lost.
Yeah, the end of the month.
Could be the same day as music in the park, but clean up. that
Clean up
day.
Friday.
Yeah, I mean, August 29th, we have it in the park, and we want to do
Whatever
that.
council wants.
Tidy Up Topton, August 29th?
Tidy Up Topton in the morning and
Yeah.
music in the park at night.
Okay.
It's a treat for,
There you go.
Wait, it's 29th is Sunday.
I don't know.
I think it is, yeah. I think. Or no, wait, no, is it I forget what I did there. Saturday, yeah. Saturday.
Any other changes?
Why, are you gonna be on the golf course then?
No.
Oh, okay.
Because last year, Redeemer was 95% of Tidy Up Top.
Tidy Up Topton, yeah.
Yes, they are.
If it's a Sunday, then we don't have them, yeah, or in the morning, yeah, okay.
And then the fire
That's
company
Saturday.
did full national night out together last year, and they did it with just, what, a week or a couple
Yeah,
days.
they did a
put
good
together.
job.
And they did a good job.
Great job,
at
yeah.
Going it together, so,
So I think that can stay where that is.
yeah, hopefully.
So you'd like us to participate in it?
And Tidy, and
National Night Out?
We go down, as far as council members, we
Great.
attend,
Yeah.
so,
Okay.
and
What other way would be
It's not our event.
Okay, no, I did, that's why I, no, yeah.
That's okay. It's us participating with someone else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Leading the way and doing a lot of the planning. And you know, it used to be in the park and we would plan together with our emergency responders. Yes.
When I did the trunk or treat at Halloween Town with Monica Kunkel, we did it together out at Halloween Town at the high school. I don't know, Monica, didn't we have fun?
Yes, we did.
We did, we enjoyed ourselves. It's fun.
Sure. Yeah,
It's fun, you know, it's like, we were giving candy away and we were dressed up and it was actually fun. I wouldn't mind participating with them, you know, doing having a table or a trunk. Are we allowed to have trunks at the trunk or treat, or must you have a table?
Who are you asking?
Randy,
Because
I'm looking at Randy. I know, that's why I'm asking
Yeah.
Randy, how did you just do it last year?
We just set it up on,
So you just had the tables and stuff, that's right, you did it. Yeah, I think we should have a table.
Yeah, we can do that, we can keep it on there. What about, so the breakfast with first responders? When did we do that last year?
it was coffee with a cup.
That's right.
And then it changed over to breakfast with the first responders. I'm sorry, I don't
Yeah.
recall the date.
it rained last year and it canceled.
That you're right.
Probably maybe 2 years in a row it canceled.
The school does something with first responders,
The school,
Patriots Day, and they honor first responders, so you might.
so we can take it off of ours and make sure they're doing it there. All right, well then,
We're going to have the senior luncheon again
Yeah.
this year. Ludwig's kindly has offered to sponsor the catered lunch.
And I'll go down.
And we'll obtain you a DJ. You know,
perfect.
it's little things like that. Are they still our events? Are they gonna be our events? Are we going to support others
If
doing
we're gonna
these
support
events?
others doing these events, I think is the,
And you listen, I'll go down
Yeah.
and the senior luncheon again. Scott was there last year. He wasn't, you'd just come back from a trip or something. Yeah. I was trying to make it sound like he was really good. You know,
So I don't know if you want to table this until this is finalized.
I think we should do that so we can find out if, you know, the school really is gonna do a first responder thing. If not, then that's something we should probably think about doing. So yeah, let's table this until we have a more definite schedule here, so.
Thank you.
Yes, so one more thing, I got a call today from Tammy Geisinger, Tammy Cronrath, I think a lot of you probably know who she is. So she told me in her mom's garage, up in the rafters of the garage, her dad stored something that was on a float in the 1976 parade year. And it's been up in the rafters for 50 years. Now, she said, I don't really know what it is, but it's big and it's in perfect condition. She said, I didn't know who to call, but I thought I'd call you. She said, do you want it, or does the borough want it, or do they want to use it for the parade this year? So she said she can't get it down, and neither can her brother. So I thought maybe I would talk to the guys and see if they can go down to Patty and see how hard it is to get it down, you know, just to see what it is. And if we can use it in the parade, I think that would be great. And then maybe if it's small enough or whatever it is, if it can go to the museum. But I thought that was really, really cool of her to call and see if we want that. And she said it's in perfect condition. Nobody could store it. Her dad had room, so we put it up there, and there it's at. The last 50 years. So, so Randy, I'm gonna maybe coordinate that if we can get some of you guys to go down and take a look at it and see what it is. But yeah, so I think that's pretty cool. So that's all I have. Mr. Arner,
Okay,
properties and events.
you should have in your packet the proposal from Mary, I said, for the full demo. We'll have the opinion to get the property to be.
So we never got anything from
We did, it was.
We did
exceeded
with the
the
project.
Exceed the threshold, right, okay. Yeah. So we're looking at 20,000, that was, so that's your list, I think. The estimated cost of services.
This is just to bid it.
Yes, this is just a
Okay.
bid of
This is not to fill it in.
If I may, just to provide some clarity.
You may.
So, tasks A and B, yeah, fixed fee, those are our standard fees for those services.
Okay.
So, A is to put it out to bid, put together the task schedule, documents, review the contractors' responses and recommend the bid to council. And then B is everything that has to happen after that. Once the bid is authorized, making sure they get out on site, pre-construction, they're compliant with it. And then C is negotiate as needed with the borough and out of the bid, not to exceed 10,000. And that is us out there and continue doing what they're supposed to do.
Okay.
So A and B is 10 out of the 50, and then C is at the 10 out of the 50 for the fashion as well.
So we need a motion for that.
But not to exceed the 10,000.
Exactly.
Right. Right. So what I need is then is a motion to put it out to bid.
I'll make that motion to do that.
So,
Anybody have any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Very good.
Stacy, did you want to say something?
And to direct me to sign a proposal, that's fine, that's fine.
Does that give you
You're
the
fine.
direction to do it?
You're fine.
Okay.
When do you think that was going to end in?
in the next 2 weeks.
I think he wants it up there yesterday.
We all wanted up there yesterday.
Yes.
But we will let you guys know as soon as we can.
Okay.
Thank you, Josh. And then the Topton side, I don't know if you all got Stacy's email and came up and looked at the examples and the info she had in here. And I guess Sue and Michelle are gonna take part in that.
So what happened was, Sue Ratcliffe was unable to be here tonight. And Michelle was also unable to be here tonight. However, Sue authorized me to speak on her behalf, and I believe Michelle talked to Stacy and said whatever. I mean, they saw the signs and they picked what sign they want. It's just a matter of where we want to put it. Which Stacy and I went out today and kind of looked at the area up there. I mean, they're okay with where it goes. It's going to go up in the corner. When you leave, if you can see it, I put a pipe that we found in the back here, just kind of, it was just a pipe, you know, I put right there, like, there's where it's gonna go. But it's on an angle, so you can see it when you're going this way, this way, this way, and this way. It's just gonna be a nice welcome to Topton sign, with, I believe, a brick planter
If we can
around
get
it.
Mason to do it.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
a affordable amount.
There's some other things that I have, that possibly might happen in that area, through donations or whatnot, but I mean, they're okay with what you sent them, that sign, they just wanted a little bit bigger. So if everybody saw that email and saw that
I only
picture.
sent that to you.
Oh, only to me? Oh, okay. Well, then I think you should send it to everybody tomorrow and let them see what it is. But the reason why we wanted Sue and Michelle involved in it is because they were two people who were very involved in the Centennial Committee that raised a lot of money for the snowflakes in town, and when that disbanded, they had money left in the account, and they gave it to the borough with, that we would use it for a Welcome to Topton sign. So we thought it would be nice to have them involved in choosing something with it, and they did, and they're okay with where it's gonna go, so we need to, I guess, do you have?
Yeah.
Oh, you do, okay. That's the one I think you sent me, yeah. Yeah. So here, just quickly pass that around so everyone can see what, now it's gonna be, I guess, the green and gold with the Topton emblem on it, like right as above our door out here. That's what it's gonna look like, so.
banner.
Yeah, and say welcome to Topton. Which I think will look nice up there. It'll be a nice addition.
Now, does council want to think about price, if it does exceed the donation that was being choiced by the Centennial Committee, which now has accumulated to be $7,200.07. If the price exceeds
Well, if it
that,
exceeds that, then we're gonna have to,
go into our coffers, so
Yeah, I
that
see
would
that.
have to be included in any motion that council would make.
yeah, well, if we don't know if it's going to yet or not, I mean,
I know it's hard because we've waited so long to place the order with or choose.
and are we
some-
trying to get this done by,
So it can be dedicated
During
on
the-
May 30th.
yeah, with everything else that's going on that day? So, you heard what Stacy just said, there's $7,000 some dollars in the account. If it exceeds that, that's gonna have to come out of borough funds. Are we okay with that? Is there an amount that we don't wanna go over if,
Do we have any base costs yet? Did we give us any numbers?
It's taken us so long to get to this point of making
Yeah.
a decision that they could give us a price based on all
We
sides.
can't say, we have a good chunk of the money right there.
right.
Right.
But I mean, are we talking this sign's gonna cost $15,000, or are we talking it's gonna cost $8,500?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
If it doesn't cost, I would not want to approve a $20,000, somewhere
Right.
around there. But.
I mean, do we wanna say that we will, not more than $10,000?
Something like that.
Something like that.
If it's more than 10,000, then we need to regroup and discuss what's
I was
going
gonna say
on.
10.
Yeah, motion not to exceed.
Yeah,
Yes.
all right. So why don't we do that? So then I need a motion to approve ordering the Topton sign using the funds from the Centennial Committee. We will make up the difference, but not to exceed $10,000.
Motion.
Second.
All right, any questions? All those in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? All right, very good, thank you.
Thank you.
We already covered the Alberman sign.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good thing. All right, thank you, Scott. Mrs. Busher, utilities and events.
So we are tabling the agreement for the warrants and.
Correct.
I'll do that next month or
Yeah.
you guys should have gotten a proposal for our to create a plan for approval for the Washington pump station.
Correct.
If you recall, we talked about this last meeting.
Yeah.
This is DEP requirement, the road to give itself permission to do that.
Right.
We've actually taken the initiative, the modules completed and ready for planning commission review, signatures next week. We got ahead of ourselves because we did not hold this plan and get more that's already been covered by DEP. So that we've actually completed most of this work already. Good.
So then, Mikey, what do we need, an approval to approve ourselves? Is that what we're,
That's what we need.
yeah, so I'm gonna need a motion to approve ourselves for the Washington Street Pump Station Replacement Project.
I'll make the motion for the borough to approve the borough for the Washington Street Pump Station.
All right. Second? All right. All, Mike, Wetzel, yeah. All those in favor? Anyone opposed? All right. We've approved ourselves. All right, are you ready for this update?
For the 150th, things have actually progressed pretty well, I believe. We do need to, and I have to bring this over, this might be our next meetings, but, it was brought to our attention that NTP would like to have a table at Manor Street Fair, they would like to break from the building. So we would have to extend the street closure out of Franklin instead of to Borough. Need to make a minute?
Chris, your council already approved the street closure. It's just a revision to that approval. It's not listed on the agenda.
You can make a motion to modify the agenda.
I mean, it's not till May, so we can even put it on next week or next month if you
Yeah,
want.
no, if you want to do it now, so Pennsylvania Supreme Court recently overruled the Commonwealth Court, and you can make amendments to agenda items. So that was a recent change. If you want to do it tonight, just make a motion to amend the agenda.
Can I get a motion to amend the agenda?
Motion.
Yeah, for what he said. Yeah. Second? All right, all those in favor? Anyone opposed? All right, let's amend the agenda.
So and the agenda is amended to discuss further modification of the road closure for this event.
Yeah.
Any discussion on extending the road closure, or is somebody ready to make a motion?
I'll make the motion for
Yeah.
what you said.
Yeah. Extend the road closure to Franklin Street.
That would open it up for more vendors then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just a couple, I mean, not a lot, but
Yeah.
But a couple, I mean,
yeah.
so we have roughly, if I did my math right, with the first
can we,
closure.
I'm sorry, can we, you made the motion, right? Can we get a second, and let's do
And
that?
second.
Second? Oh, I'm sorry, okay, so all those in favor? Anyone opposed? I'm sorry, I just wanted to do it before I forgot, so.
So we, if my husband and I calculated things right, we could accommodate roughly 80 vendors. We had decided as a committee to kind of shut it down at like 55, 60. This way, if any of the other businesses in the town wanted to attend and put a table up, they could. So far, we are at about 32 vendors, which are eating up about 50% of the spots, because some of them need a bigger spot than what I was offering as a temporary.
And 30 of them are crocheting, right?
No, I did try to, there is crocheting, but everybody does a little bit of something
Okay.
different. We actually have, Pampered Chef, Sensity, something called Kitchenese, some crocheters, sewers, I actually had a author and children's book author reach out to me today, to attend. I never got back to her yet. And actually Todd Amos, he does stuff with Teacock at the parade. He does the hand out plates and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
He's actually going to attend and have two booths there for carnival games.
Oh, cool. Good.
He is actually also willing to stay for the drone event and do like the lights and stuff.
Oh,
like
good.
that for the drone event. He's actually willing to stay all day. I did put him in contact with Joyce with the Redeemer to see if they could do something at the block party as well. So, yeah, things are chugging.
Good.
Things are chugging.
Good. Very good.
We do have,
Yeah.
we did have some flyers, mostly thanks to Scott and his wife. I posted on multiple Facebook pages surrounding your community and even to Medina County.
Yeah, yeah.
We did get the approval, and I do believe the contracts and everything were signed with the school for the drone event. So it is gonna be happening at the middle school.
Okay.
There was talk about closing Way Street, but we couldn't because we'd be in the state
State,
road,
yeah.
and we didn't wanna go through all that red tape.
Yeah.
I do believe that's everything. Oh, I did email Trenda this morning. Our next meeting is the 15th.
I emailed you back.
Okay.
The next meeting is the 15th of April. Yes. At 6:30.
The drone event, there was talk about fireworks too.
Yes, there's fireworks in here.
Fireworks.
It's a 20-minute drone show, and I think a 15-minute fireworks.
That's great.
Drones is about 12, the fireworks is about 10.
Still great. Yeah, still great. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
And Kurt and Colleen have been,
Yeah, they've been helping very,
Yeah.
very, very much.
Very good. That's great. Thank you. All right, looks like you're up.
Good evening, council. I think it'll be relatively quick this evening. The Washington Street pump station is was held up by sewer planning. After the next planning commission meeting, we should be able to resolve that. Submitting to for review and approval. Get that last year, so we can proceed with that project. That's the only thing holding up the general construction permit at the DEP. As far as I know, all other projects have been resolved. The chlorine contact chamber, as you recall, the last meeting, we voted to decline to accept the bids at the last meeting due to price. We still want to find a way to use outstanding grant funding. It's always a good idea to use the grant funds if we can, so we're gonna have to be creative there. We don't have a solution yet, but we're working on it. Filter media permit, as Stacy mentioned, was completed recently. Brad Smith here was able to run out last minute to take the required samples from DEP. For DEP, we'll get that sent over to them so that we don't get in trouble.
Thank you, Brad.
The water supply well, we're working on scheduling a sidewalk with the DEP geologist. We haven't been able to nail down a date for that yet, but as discussed last time, the team's currently working on restructuring the task schedule, just to update it and get it aligned with what we think it's actually going to cost, so we're working with that.
When you get that, could you let me know, I'd like your attendance, if you don't mind?
For the
walkthrough.
for the walkthrough, yeah.
Thank you. Just let Stacy know.
No problem. Full demolition, we will get that out on 10 minutes as soon as possible, so we will get that complete. Number 6, the fiber optic extension. They're very disorganized over there on Main Street. As you recall, they sent us 2 plans, and then were confused when we asked them questions about the first plan they sent, and then recently they tried to tell us that the first plan wasn't real and it was sent to us by accident and didn't mean anything. Now, the first plan was the plan that should have been doing work on private property within the borough, so of course now they don't actually see that. We didn't buy that, and eventually they said, okay, we are doing that, and they weren't able to present the easements that prove that they do have the rights to access the private land, and it's just on property lines. It's a utility easement that exists along those property lines. So we have confirmed that they do have the rights to do the work that they're planning on doing. And we received the fees, so we're planning to issue the permit for them to do work within the borough with the condition that they notify all property owners, because that easement is from the 70s. Most of the property owners probably aren't aware that they have that pump along their property lines, so we're going to require that they notify the property owners before they do. We have confirmed that they do have the right to do work.
May we ask that we get a copy
Of that easement.
so we can put that in every property folder?
Yeah, and I think we do have it, so I can send that. UGI gas main relocation, I'm still waiting on a construction schedule from H&K. I'm gonna start harassing them a little bit more, because that temporary gate better not become permanent. Those are all the updates I have for the council tonight. I mentioned it once, but I'd like to introduce Brad Smith here. He's with my company, and he's been doing this a lot longer than I have. And full transparency, most of these things on this report, he's actually been doing the work behind the scenes. He's been doing this for about 30 years, and he's very good at the water, wastewater side of things. He's been through the water wells in the past. He has experience with treatment plants, and with the schedule change in the borough, it makes more sense for Brad to be the one attending the meetings as opposed to me. I'll still be around. We're always too deep in every municipality, so I'm not going anywhere. You'll just have this smiling face here each month. That's all I have. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, now that Josh just broke up with us, I guess we're gonna go,
That's how you, it's Chris.
all right. So we got some, old business here. Stacy, Hometown Heroes update, anything? Same as always?
No, one came down with the winds recently, and someone that we know and love picked it up, ran after it and picked it up. And no new orders, so we're not processing any at this time.
Topton Community Ambulance Board. Did we get anything from?
You did not, because we didn't have a multi-municipality meeting.
Okay.
I'll check in our next regular meeting if it has any of that ready.
Okay.
And I do just want to announce a fundraiser. It's July 18th, Saturday, a duck race. Amy Evans, who's on the board in the past, organized it. We are having a memorial duck race. I believe the pool event tonight is 12 to 4. The duck race is at 2.
And what's the date for that?
July 18th. More to follow, as the date gets closer, just need to get that out there.
Perfect.
So when I get any of those, send it to you.
Okay, thank you. Topton Borough Preservation Board, changes and update.
We had our meeting on March 26th. We got 6 members. Ray Forrest is the chairman. Dennis Horn is the curator. Mike Comfer represents St. Peter's. I'm the rep from the council. Bonnie Stauffer, Trinity Lutheran, and Eloise Olney's member at large. Right now, there's $2,735.69 in the account, and I think like 160 in check that hasn't been back yet. Craig and Dennis are redoing the whole museum, and they're doing a really good job. So it's more organized. High school stuff in one spot, caloric in one spot, so, and hopefully it's done by the 30th. It will be open whether it's done or not, but, and also, July 2nd, the library, we requested that it be open, and they'll be open that day for the library.
Okay. Good.
And we plan to meet quarterly.
Good, perfect. Good, thank you. Brandywine Community Library, what do we have?
National Library Week is April 19th to 25th. The theme is Find Your Joy. There is a particular thing to do every week for the community to do. I picked 2 that I really like. Monday, to wear a shirt with words on it, to promote right to reading, and on Wednesday, dress like Sheldon Day.
Oh, gosh.
I know that's cool. So you can read.
You're gonna wear a balloon around your waist?
Newsletter. I don't know, or at least in brown and green
There you
colors.
go.
We do have two fundraising, eat and treat. Herman's on April the 13th, which is a Monday, and Anthony's Full Fried Pizza also on a Monday on April 27th. So come out for your treats and your eats and support your library.
Is Anthony still even to go orders? Like if you take it out to go? Okay, good. That's a good
You
thing.
just have to make sure you
Yeah.
say that you're supporting the.
That's a good fundraiser. You have to eat. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right. Thank you. Do we have any visitors that would like to say anything? Kurt, do anything?
Yeah, just with the project at Eagle Field with the wastewater treatment.
Yeah.
Is that gonna happen soon? And has any concern, my main concern is the baseball been made aware that that's gonna happen, because I think that could be a factor with the kids running around that area during that time.
Yeah, the schedule's worth looking into. That would be one of the requirements, is the contractor protects that area appropriately. But we don't have a set start date yet. We're at the mercy of DEP. We are months out.
And just so you know, Kurt, the owner of the field would need to provide us with the information about the baseball schedule, if it's going to affect the baseball schedule, because they have a lease, the baseball league has a lease with the owner of the property. And we have an easement for construction easement to give us enough convenient space to do the project. And we've gotten that from the previous owner.
And that may be one topic of discussion as we finalize the plans. We'll need to look at that easement, because it is very deep. The excavation is very deep, so we'll have to make sure that we can shore it properly and not cause any issues. So, more to come.
Perfect. Anyone else? Yes.
Could we, maybe have the state police monitor the mini bikes and dirt bikes going up my street?
Why, you think they're going too fast and they're too loud? Because if I hear them on Smith and you see them on Light Street, so.
Yeah, we need to do something because it's bad.
I believe we can maybe send them an email and just,
So I'm still waiting for 2 emails to be answered by the Pennsylvania State Police. I guess I need to regularly just email and request a sit down or telephone conference call. Because
Including the state representatives, like our state representative.
I don't want to start a relationship on a bad note by pulling in other elected officials other than my council right here and my mayor.
Well, something needs to be done.
They've just been informed January 1st that they're covering us completely now. So I'm sorry, you know, I disagree with starting out a relationship on such a negative way.
To be honest.
We've got a lot of requests that we want answered and advice on. With uninspected vehicles that are giving issue, crime that we can't go into, but it involves narcotics. So we have to have a good relationship with our Pennsylvania State Police.
but we can let them.
Oh,
We can certainly let them know and
I'll
keep
email
on
them and
yeah.
email them and email
Yeah,
them.
Definitely.
But as time goes by, if we do need the help of other elected officials, I'm sure that council would direct such communication.
Sure.
I've seen more state police in the last couple of months. than I've
So have we
police.
at the office. They've even stopped into the office.
Oh, good.
The state police are stopping.
Yes. Yes.
Well, don't they stop at every school, every single day?
Exactly.
Every single school, yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, you see it on the list you send out there, here
But we
108 times a
will,
month.
we
So-
will include as the items to be addressed, the mini bikes.
Nice, okay. Anyone else? All right, then I believe we're going into executive session.
You'll like me to
Yes, but
designate whether any vote is going to be made.
I don't think we're gonna take action, so I think you can throw that.
Okay.
We are
Okay, perfect.
I don't anticipate any action.
All right, then I need a motion to adjourn the meeting. Second. All right, all those in favor? All right. Thank you, everyone.